propaganda, which it is. What is the biggest conspiracy at the moment?
Within the conspiracy community?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's lots of...
I presume Rivero is still pushing this UFO nonsense.
No, you mean Rents.
Or Rents, sorry.
Oh, of course. Rents is going full time on that. No, the hottest thing for a few weeks now was through this big biblical prediction that the world was going to end on the 21st or something. I knew it was fake because Coast to Coast AM, those military promoting it. I said, I know it's not. I mean, of course, it's not real. Because you look in the Bible, it says no. Even open your Bible, says right there, no man knows the time or the date. Okay, I mean, it's in the rule book. I mean, why did you even have to? That was the hottest thing, but now that's gone away. And
I miss all of that. So that's okay.
The funny thing was, on Rivero's website, he actually put a picture that said, is Harold Camping was the guy who promoted this hoax, is Harold Camping a Jew? I was thinking to myself,
okay.
Even for, Rivero, that's kind of intense to say, casually call someone a Jew. I mean, to me, that I lost a lot of respect for Rivero when he did that. I mean, that really demeaned him, in my eyes.
Didn't see it. As I said, I don't really follow Rivero, and I'm not going to follow him on Rents either. I don't follow Rents.
Oh no! It's what is it? The other big thing in the conspiracy community are Patriot charts. They're talking about Obama because recently on the Shadows Jones network, they had that one Mossad agent, Jim Corsi. He right after Obama told Israel, we're going to have you're going to have to go back to the 1967 borders. Magically, some evidence pops up that Obama is not only not born in America, he's actually a bastard. His father is not that African guy, and that just happened to information just happened to pop up right when he was talking about the 1960s. Israel having to go back to 1967 borders. And then after, this Mossad agent on another Mossad agent's show disclosed this, Obama changed his position. He said, no, we were just that was just I was talking shit, talking about ass. So, these Jews, I mean, they really got Obama right where they want him. I mean, he can't do anything. He has no. Of course, he has no power.
Well, Joe, the Cannes Film Festival ended there the other day. The Body of the Tree or something. One or whatever. We had a guy called Danish guy, I believe, married to a Jewish kids, Lars von Trier or something like that. I think it's Trier. However you pronounce it, he was banned for making comments about Hitler, and I heard the interview, and the crowd weren't really against me. He put his foot in it with a live pro-Zionist crowd. But we also had comments from another well-known American actor, Peter Fonda, out of Cannes. They got absolutely no headlines in the Jewish media. Where Peter Fonda, from Easy Rider, the first time I ever seen him in the film was Easy Rider, it's a classic. And apparently, the only reason he got hired was he looked Jewish. The Jewish producer said he was able to, something with his glasses, he looked Jewish, and maybe he said he was Jewish, and once he got a start in Hollywood, people sell themselves all the time. Look at Madonna, look at Lady Gaga, they sell themselves to become a big star. But Henry Fonda was in Cannes Film Festival, and he was asked a couple of questions, and he said he's training his grandchildren to use rifles and long-range rifles, and they're asked for what, and he said Barack Obama.
Ooh, oh yeah, because he was. I remember right now. He gave some fiery statements after Obama called for the 1967 borders. It was on Drudge Report.
Okay. I listened. This guy just popped up today for me. As I said, I haven't thought about Peter Fonda. I had a look into it. It doesn't seem that he's one of the chosen, but it does absolutely seem that he's bought into the crowd, since the mid '60s, and he is a spokesman for Israel. And now you confirm it that it's on the Drudge Report, which is another one of these fronts. And he's horrified about the '60s. I nearly fell out of bed last week. I woke up one morning. Listen, I wake up before the alarm goes off, 6 o'clock, British Broadcasting Propaganda Channel, BBC. Swiss kind of Swissy BBC, Englishy Swissy version, and the first headline was Obama told Israel to go back to 69 borders. I fell out of the bed and I said, this is someone screwing around here. Obama, even if he grew balls, it wouldn't be any good because he's no power. And it's very important to understand that he doesn't have any power. Now, he has power in Washington, in the apparatus, and you know, the hundreds of thousands of people that work in Washington in all these committees and groups and all this bullshit, that they think he has real power. And they, you know, Paul Craig Roberts, you know, the only way to get through him is through these backdoor deals with these people and do it like this and whatever, without openly saying who owns the privately owned Jewish banks. Irish people, you know, there's only an answer to it. It's an 800-pound gorilla right in the room, and it's in most industries, Joe. We talked about the porn industry tonight. You know, we've talked before about the slavery, the white slavery industry, and all slave industry. I don't know why people keep saying white slavery. Let's you know.
Slavery is working.
Okay, all right, okay, good definition. I was thinking more of the word slavery. We've always had slave masters, and they've always been the same ilk. They always take the same holidays, and that's always a sign.
It was Lopez who owned all the slave ships that went from Africa to...
Lopez Steen, yeah, that guy, yeah.
Yeah, it was a Rothschild agent, of course. No, but, like, you know, this Obama, I mean... again, this brings me back to the issue of, like, I see, my personal viewpoint is, like, there are Jews who control America and Jews who control, like, say, Europe, Israel, and maybe I don't really know which controls Israel that much, but, like, I see, like, a lot of these fights, maybe it's the American Jews, like, see no money and having, like, all these protracted problems in those, and they'll just be happy with the 6-7 borders, but the second group of Jews was like...
No, but why would Obama shoot himself in the foot? He's going to need the Jewish money to get re-elected in 2012. Why would he do it?
That's my point, that he's the only representative for the Jewish group who controls him, and that Jewish group for some reason decided, like, maybe it's a good idea to go back to the 6-7 borders, and another Jewish group that controls, like Alex Jones and Jim Corsi, they said, no, we're not going to allow that to occur. I don't see any Goyim involved in this at all, other than the little...
Well, I see a few Palestinians that are kind of involved in it.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, and I mean, not as victims. I mean, like, what I meant is as major participants.
Oh no, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, you know, talking about, like, you know, there was something about 9/11. The newest disinformation from Depka files. You know, the Israeli, pure Israeli Mossad definitely confirmed.
He's a fat guy. He's a little fat, hairy guy that writes blogs. He has a female name, but it's a guy or something. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's social fault. No, it's like the newest disinformation is that they have a bunch of released information that Iran was behind 9/11. That's like the newest 9/11 disinformation going around.
Well, I just want to mention one thing about. There's a guy on the gold front and silver front called Jim Sinclair, Jim's Mindset. That's not his real name. He's not Irish, he's Jewish. His father's a very famous, look into him. He ran a story, a Depka story once, and he said, at the end he said, apparently Depka is apparently a Mossad front company, and he spelt the word wrong. I said, this guy is one of them, for sure. Just want to add that in there when you mentioned that. I know Tom from Moofus is strong about that particular website, but it is, you know, I've been looking at it for, you know, about a couple of years, and it's pure nonsense. There's another one being pushed by Zero Hedge. This guy, oh God, what's his name? I'll have to look it up. It's
hey, Ognir, you follow Zero Hedge a lot more than I do. What's up with that website? The owner strikes me as like a kind of Jew-wise, but very Jew-scared. But all the comments are like everybody's anti-Zionist. I mean, like, what is it?
I listen.
What is it?
Listen, it's a really good question, Joe. I'm open-minded on it. However, I have too many doubts. Too many. How do you call it? Debcra's site?
Debka files?
The Debka files. He posted a story. I follow him when I'm active, and I don't follow him all day. I'm working. He does post a lot of stuff. He posted a story by this outfit, and the posters, some well-known posters on his site in the comments, were saying, you have BBC, then you have Fox, then you have Harris, and down on the propaganda channel you have the Debka files, and people laughed them off as absolutely ridiculous. And then he started posting more Jewish. I'm looking for the name, and I can't think of the name of the site. It'll come back to me. Is it George something? He's a Jewish guy that owns it, and they have insights on Iran, and they have insights on everything, and they're 15 years in the business. Another Israeli front company, another part of Bush's continual payment of these movements that have been going on. 1.5 billion debt. These people have to pay salaries, to pay their informants, and pay for high technology to spy, and he's been pushing, and that's very, very odd. And they've been kind of I've seen comments deleted which I hadn't seen before, and it's true that a lot of people are very wise to who owns the banking system. The owner of the site, Tyler, or whatever his real name is, George Papanakis, is well aware of who owns the Federal Reserve. I mean, I couldn't give him a lesson on the Federal Reserve, and I wonder sometimes why. He just pointed out what's going on, and the bankers and comments are made, and he lets it go. It's an interesting site, but with some very special content that I'd find dubious.
Yeah, that me personally, like I always say, in my opinion, I believe that he's in financial, so he has to be Jew-wise. I just think he's just a coward. That's my personal opinion, and he's probably getting influenced by his Jewish colleagues.
Well, I'd say he's a large holder of silver, myself. He knows he's an ex-trader apparently. He got done for insider dealing. These guys talk on mobiles and send text messages, and he got caught for, maybe he got the rap for somebody else higher up, and everyone was doing it. I don't know. He has to be wise about who runs New York. He is, and he could come out, but for the reason at the moment, Joe, why? For what? What's big in the moment? No, even Ron Paul is, he's only starting. We're going to have more nonsense in 2011. Ron Paul, Jesus, save me. God, save me. Damn. This is going to start, and we're going to have Ron Paul silver and Ron Paul t-shirts and Ron Paul this and Ron Paul that. And, he's getting a bit old in the tooth. I'm not going to, even if I could, I'm not going to vote for some 75-year-old guy that could pop at any time. It's ridiculous. These voting, I don't care what people say. You don't get smarter as you get older. If you're a dumb shit at 20 or 40, you're going to be a dumb shit when you're 60. You're not going to get smarter as you get older. You're just going to get older, and people need to get over that. You don't get smarter with age. If you're a dumbass, you're going to be a dumbass.
No, and that's the reason why they promoted his son, Rand Paul, kind of take over his footsteps among the Patriots.
Well, I mean, look at all the politicians. They're all in dynasties. Even in Ireland, the same families keep coming back, and they train as lawyers and doctors, and then automatically go into being politicians. Look at the Bushes. We don't know what Jeb Bush is going to do. Maybe he'll run for 2012. Maybe who gives a crap if he does or he doesn't. But you had the Kennedys. Apparently we can't have that many Obamas to do it. But they'll bring back another family. We already have Hillary is back, continuing on that family tradition of insiders.
You reminded me of a question you asked me earlier, which I really didn't answer, concerning what the world is going to be like, say, 10 or 20 years from now. Mm-hmm. I kind of said, I believe, my opinion about the fall of capitalism, but other than that, I see, I don't see there continue the way, even 9 to 10 years from now. I say, around the 2012 mark, conspiracy theory, Mayan calendar, all that stuff. Even right now in 2011, I don't see the world to continue the way
I don't think we can.
We lived it even a year from now. We've already, every day we see new and new massive changes which would have shocked us even, let's say, 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. I say by 2012, next year, our whole world's going to be changed so dramatically that all, specifically in this regards, that all these creature comforts we have, like electricity, running water, I don't think they're going to be possible. I think that we're going to see a massive deterioration of society, and
Third world coming to a country near you.